What's up, guys? This is Kyle from Wax Museum. Some of you might have seen a mail video that I did earlier this week, which basically springboarded into my call for more competition in the sports card industry. And basically, I'm sick and frustrated with what Panini is doing. And while I have no regrets about doing that, and I believe in everything that I said there, I think it's also fair that I keep showing you some of the things that they're doing that I like, even if they're minimal, because if we recognize the good things, maybe they'll see that. Maybe that will have some sort of a chain reaction. I doubt it, but you never know. So I saw something from National Treasures this week that stood out to me that I thought was kind of cool, that I thought you might enjoy seeing. So if you look at the checklist on their website, which it's a massive checklist, by the way, but if you scroll all the way down here to the T's, you'll see something called Treasure Chest Memorabilia. So there's a regular version, there's a prime version, there's a super prime version. As far as I can recall, and I've done some digging here because I don't ever remember seeing this in basketball. This is the first time we've seen this in basketball, but it's not the first time we've seen it in other sports. So I'm going to show you those here real quick. So for instance, here's one, and it is from the last year. Here's one from 2021 from baseball. This is a pretty cool booklet here. It's got 32 different subjects on it. And if you look at the subjects, and we can see here, it's numbered, this one's numbered to 49. But if you look at all the subjects here, if you know baseball, you'll know that these guys are all Hall of Famers, or at least I'm pretty sure they are. I know even, the ones I had doubts about, Mike Mussina, he's in the Hall. I looked at it. These guys are Hall of Famers. So you got 32 of them. So that's pretty cool. So there's a common theme going on there. So they've got that in baseball. And they do have the Hall of Fame logo up here. So I imagine that this is a Hall of Fame booklet. We also see it in football. We've had it in football for a long time. So this is a newer one. Unfortunately, none of these football materials are game worn. So these are all just player worn, or I'm sorry, they're not even player worn is what I should say. These are all completely unworn relics, as you'll see when you get to the back of the booklet here. The enclosed authentic memorabilia is not from any specific game or event. So while it's a cool card, the pieces on the inside really have no significance. I guess you'd have to see it as some sort of an art piece. The point being, they have it in football as well. And I've seen versions where it's like all Cowboys, and those were at least player worn from previous years. We even had it in hockey. Yes, Panini used to have a hockey license here. So you see there's 6, 12, 18, 24 players on this one. And this one, if you look at the final portion here, this one says it was player worn. So that's kind of where we're at here on this whole treasure chest booklet thing. We've seen it in other sports. It's been a mixture of, unworn, player worn. I figure there have been some that have had some game worn at some point, but it hasn't really been consistent. Now, let's go back to then the current release of National Treasures, or go forward, I guess you could say. And this is something that popped up and actually ends here pretty soon. But this is a 24 player booklet. You see, you've got 8 on each panel here in 3 panels, 24 player booklet in National Treasures. And if you look at the player selection there, I'm not going to read every name off to you, but I will give you a few moments to look at that. There's some good talent in here. Now, there are some outliers. Like when I look at this first panel here, no disrespect to these bottom 3 guys, but they don't really seem on the same level here, or at least like Jaylen Brown, seems like he has a better future than maybe a Julius Randle or Sabonis. Once again, no disrespect to them. Vucevic maybe doesn't belong on here. And that's typical with booklets. There's always going to be 1 or 2 dud players, I guess. And I hate calling them that because these are good players, but it's hard when you've got 24 to get them all kind of the same caliber players. Like Mike Conley sticks out to me here, although we've got 3 Jazz guys, but I don't think that's quite what they were going for. I'm not sure. So anyway, if you look at the back of this, though, it lists all the players, and then it says the enclosed game worn used materials are guaranteed by Panini. So that I appreciate. Look at this basketball one. All of these are game worn because they're veterans, and that's normal for veteran relics for Panini. No matter what people are telling you, no matter what the breakers are telling you right now, they all seem surprised when they pull something that's game worn. They shouldn't be. For veterans, that's normal. Now, it also specifies here, and I know it's hard to see, it'll be a little larger on the next listing. It says game worn or used materials which were worn or used as a member of a previous team. So any player that has, which let me find one here. So like Harden. So basically they're saying, he's got this indicator here. This isn't from a Sixers jersey. It's probably from, maybe Nets, maybe even Rockets. I'd have to go look at the piece again. Sabonis is gold. It's definitely from the Pacers. So that was kind of nice that they had that on there. So they were paying attention for this card. Here's another version, which gives you a nice bigger picture here. And once again, with different player selection, but we are seeing a lot of the same players. Zach LaVine, once again. We didn't get De'Aaron Fox on the other one. And it's not like these guys were all the same draft class. It's just a real strange mix of players. You got Jeremy Grant, you've got Vucevic again, you got Julius Randle, Colin Sexton, right? Some of these guys kind of seem like outliers here. But anyway, you see that same terminology. It's easier to see there. And they're telling you, all right, Westbrook's materials are from somewhere else. Probably if Sabonis was on there, he was too. But anyway, so they've got that designation on there. So that's nice. Now, these are numbered out of 10. And that's quite a bit different from the baseball. I think that was 49. So they were all varying degrees of print runs here. So if you look at the print runs here on the checklist, you've got the treasure chests are numbered to 10. The prime are numbered to 5. And I haven't seen one of those yet. And then the super prime, which I'm guessing is going to be tags, which maybe not. In the past, I've seen football ones with like 32 Nike swoosh tags from rookies. Those are most likely going to be tags. So anyway, it got me thinking, what is there any of these that have, what rhyme or reason were these players put together? Well, there's not a lot of cards in the checklist. So this first one here, these are all rookies. So those are all going to be unworn relics, but at least there's a common theme to the card. Those are all rookies. This next one here, it looks to me, going through it, starting with Dantley and English, although Dantley and English didn't make the top 75 list. Otherwise, I would guess that was a top 75 card. Well, Vince Carter didn't either. So I don't know what the connection there is. There might not be one. I'm not going to strain my brain trying to think of something that maybe has no rhyme or reason to it. This next one here, that's one of them that we already saw. It doesn't seem like there's a lot of rhyme or reason there. Same thing here. There was one down here, like this one, I have no clue. Dale Ellis, no clue what's going on there. But this one, I'm pretty sure all of these guys for this last one were top 75 players. So at least we have the rookie one in the top 75 players. I can't speak for the other ones. Maybe the theme was we're just getting rid of relics, which that's fine. It is what it is. But anyway, that's something that I want to give Panini credit for. I think that's something cool. I would enjoy pulling one of those, although I wouldn't spend the price for this box. But there you have it. I wanted to say something positive about Panini and what they're doing today. And maybe you think the same. Maybe you saw this video, like it. If you enjoyed it, leave me a comment. Let me know. Would you enjoy pulling something like this? Do you think this is a good idea? Let me know in the comments. As always, there are new episodes of the podcast that come out every Thursday. And thanks for watching.